But when we are explaining these different styles of communication, think about, oh, I know Sofia is like this. I know Manolo is like this. All
Yeah.
Spanish names, of
All
course.
the Hi, everybody, and
Hello.
welcome back to the LeadHer Lounge. We're so excited to be back after a little bit of a summer hiatus. We actually took some time off, spent time with our families, but also to research a little bit more about what is happening in today's workplace. And we wanted to get a couple topics that were really relevant and helpful for you guys. And the number one thing that popped up
Number one is one that causes a lot of frustration, confusion, and helps the team members to make a lot of mistakes, and that is lack of communication. And I know we have heard this very often, lack of communication. My team has poor communication. I don't know what are the expectations. My leader never set those expectations, or I don't know what to do. I don't know what she wants me to do with this project or this deadline. And this hasn't changed. And
Yeah.
I think it's getting even worse.
With all the forms of communication that we do have, which is crazy, it's actually probably worse now than it's been ever before. And we're so much I think a lot of it's because we're not as connected as we were when we were, in person. A lot of times now we're virtual, but we actually broke this episode into two parts. So you're going to get your first part here, and we're actually going to focus a lot more on how to communicate with different styles of communication. So we all have different preferences. And, I like coffee over tea, or I like the spring over winter, whatever. But we also prefer different types of communication as well. So one of those types of communication, we'll break it down actually into 4 different ones. So We're going to start with the first one.
Yes, I think the first one, and I relate to this one a lot, and I think is one of my style of communication. I need that connection. And when I'm talking about connection, again, if we are in the virtual world, it's going to be hard to be in person and see that person's body language and tone when they are communicating. It's going to be a little bit challenging, but I do think that we need to build that connection, meaning I need to know a little bit about the person, so every interaction is not transactional. Because what is happening is that now I'm emailing or I'm sending a Slack message to someone just because I need something from them. And that communication is a little bit ruined because that person might feel like I'm just communicating with them because I need them. Yes, I need them, but how can I make it a little bit more
Connected. Yeah.
Yes.
And also adding the human element of communication into that too. So the people that want that connection, they need to know, how is this connection? How is whatever you're telling me, how am I connecting to this information? So make sure that your delivery, maybe it's more of a storytelling delivery, or maybe you're really explaining the why about something, why something's actually happening. I think that will help people connect more to the message.
Love that. It's kind of like the what is the purpose of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yes, and sometimes it is just a silly task, something that is hard to find a purpose on it, but it's just the way that you communicate. And I do need that. I need a purpose, like every single day. What am I doing things?
Yeah.
And tell me why.
Yeah.
So I think as leaders, we can help with that, especially with those team members that need that connection, that need to feel like, okay, I'm doing this because of this. I have a reason.
Yeah. The other type of communication is more for those who crave the details. So this is me. Erica knows that I can't have enough detail. This is just me too. I'll kind of speak personally on it, but I really love, yes, I loved the connection piece of it, but I need to know not only why am I doing something, but when is it due? How should I be doing it? Is there a better order that I can be doing it in? So as detailed as you can possibly be about it, I want to know all the elements of why I'm doing what I'm doing and how to do what I need to do. And that way you can plan better. You know what to expect better. I think it helps you ask better questions too.
But when we are explaining these different styles of communication, think about, oh, I know Sofia is like this. I know Manolo is like this. All Spanish names, of course.
Maria's like this.
Maria's like this. But yeah, it's think about like, those team members, where do they fit? Yeah. So you start thinking about, okay, this is their style of communication. And I can, if I know this person, if I'm leading Taylor, I know she likes details, I'm going to add some bullet points. I'm going to explain the deadline, the dates, and why I'm doing a little bit of a description. So because I know she would appreciate that.
Yeah.
The next one is one that is for, especially, I think, for Gen Zs. I think they want to be very innovative, and we have, of course, a lot of in different generations, a lot of people that are very creative and innovative. But right now, because they're growing up with so much technology, they like the freedom of working from different places. I think they need more space to create. So give them some trust, of course, with guidelines, but let them almost fly, because they're going to bring the best ideas. Give them a project and see how they can kind of like run with it.
Yeah, give them the freedom of creativity. And sometimes when you tell someone, hey, X and Y or X needs to be done, they're going to think of 10 different ways that they can possibly do it. So these people are actually going to be a lot more innovative too, because they might think of something that's a more creative way of doing something, rather than the other ones who crave all the details. I won't be as innovative because I'm going to follow steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you just tell someone what you want the outcome to be, there's so many other ways that they can make that happen. And like Erica was just saying, there's so much technology now and AI and all
And
these
they
things.
might know better how to accomplish that project in a more efficient way than you, just because they are so knowledgeable with that technology or whatever it is, and they have that mindset of like, let me fly with this and I will take ownership. As long as you, of course, have built that trust with them as well, that is very important.
Yeah.
To have already that.
Of course. And then the last one we're going to talk about are those who really just need very direct communication, direct instructions, just
To the point.
Yeah, to the point of like, I don't need the fluff. I don't need to know all the details or how to do it even. I just need to know, what do you need me to do? What do you need me to accomplish? Is there any other like key details, high level details that I need to know about it? And then I will work on it myself. And I think I have a little bit of that too in me. I think we both do, really, of like, tell me what to do. I always see like these memes of like, don't tell me what to do, but also please tell me what to do. Like the ultimate adulting.
Yes,
But,
I think it's about like execution. They want to do it.
yes.
They want to do it. And I see a lot of like engineers, and we have a couple of engineers in this room, but a lot of like IT people that have the mindset of like, I will figure it out. Like let me do it. Like give me the outcome. The same thing. They give me the outcome. What do you need me to execute, and I will do it.
Yeah.
So it's good to like trust those people that they will do those things.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure as a leader, you have one or maybe two styles of those communications, and we need from all of them. All of them. So besides that, in your team, you're going to be learning from them. And also they are going to feel like, okay, I can be myself. I know the communication is going to flow because they understand me, they get me. And it's no one size fits all. Is no. And I know, of course, the company has their policies of how they communicate. There are some things that are going to be just in an email, some things that are going to be in 1 hour meeting. I know those policies you cannot change, but you can change the way you communicate with your team members.
Yeah. I like that you said it's not a one size fits all, but it's also, it's not just one way either. It's not just you communicating with your team members. We actually have an exercise that we're going to share in our resources with you guys that will help you kind of identify what communication style each member on your team has. And we encourage you to do it as a team so they know what each other's styles are. So if you've got an adventurous, like this adventurous type person who wants that creativity, wants the freedom, but then you've got that planner who wants the details and wants to know step by step how to do something, they may be able to better communicate with each other because they know what to expect from one another. And that's just going to build up more trust and camaraderie with your teams as well.
And last thing that I have to say, if you discover that, because sometimes we don't know we are those things and we like to be communicated that way. So if you discover that on your team members, you're like, oh, you like this type of communication. And just to make sure that is right, that you're not just assuming, just make sure that they, oh, yes, exactly. I love to be communicated this way. And then you start and move forward with that type of communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
this.
there's plenty more. I mean, we don't want to put
We'll
people into a
cover it
box, but in part 2, we're going to go over a little bit more detail on the virtual world that we're in and also how to communicate in person well as well. But thank you guys so much for joining us for today. We're happy to be back.
Yes.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you've got any other best practices for communication or stories of your own about communication, please let us know in the comments below, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye, leaders.